So let's see. So this video is in response to a request from Father Kyle uh, for, I guess, a video segment, Why I Became a Catholic. So my name is Walter Moss. I'm a resident member of St. Thomas Aquinas Church, and I've been coming here for about 9 months, approximate. And I wasn't originally Catholic before coming to church here. So I guess just a little bit of information about how I ended up coming to St. Thomas's. So Father Kyle gave me some prompts, so that's very helpful. I can just sort of go through the questions if that's not too awkward. All right. What was your faith experience and background before Catholicism? So my mother was Greek Orthodox, and my father was a Ukrainian Catholic, but they were kind of hippies, and I wasn't supposed to be baptized until my grandparents forcibly sort of absconded with me and had me baptized Greek Orthodox. But no regrets. I really liked the Greek Orthodox Church. It's a really beautiful faith tradition, but one that I kind of fell away from for quite a while, except for, I guess, what you'd call cultural reasons. Let's see, how I got back into church in general, and specifically the Catholic Church, was my wife. I'd always sort of had the thought of, baptizing my son at some point, but it was never so urgent that we ended up doing it. But it was always in the back of my mind. And my wife was very interested in becoming a Christian. She was not a Christian when we got married. So that just shows you how much I had sort of lapsed from Christianity, that it would never even crossed our mind to have or my mind anyway, to have a church wedding or anything. But she had a growing sort of interest and a calling, you might say, to go to church. So that's, I've always had a nice feeling for the Catholic Church. My Greek grandmother was very pious. Whenever we crossed the Catholic Church in my hometown, we would do the cross, Greek style. And I asked her why, and she said the churches are really not really at all different. And I'm sure, if you get into the technical minutiae, there are probably profound differences that to the educated layman may not seem that important, let's say. From a functional standpoint, they're very similar. I don't know, not to go into the goofy stuff, but there are things in the Catholic Church that seem quite innovative, but that doesn't mean they're bad, I guess. You know what I mean? They're wonderful traditions in their own right, and I have no regrets, let's say. But anyways, the moral of the story is my wife was interested in going to St. Thomas's, and she was just interested in Catholicism in general. So not to be mean, but I sort of thought, to humor her, let's just go and see what it's like. And surprisingly, maybe not, it was wonderful for me too. I really enjoyed coming to St. Thomas's. That's a great segue. How have you experienced the things that drew you to the Catholic Church at STA? So immediately when we came into the church, immediately when I talked to Father Kyle, I could tell he was a very sort of special guy. You could tell he definitely is following a calling, an important one. So that's the first thing that drew me to STA. And then going to the physical space, you really feel like you're going to a holy place. I don't know if that sounds hokey, but or something that you should always feel going to church, but that's not something that I've always personally felt going to different churches. But this place it feels very holy to me. You just get the sense that there's something special going on there. Maybe that's just a personal feeling. I don't know. But I would say that's one of the things that has drawn me to STA and Catholicism. So that's sort of my personal reason. So originally humor my wife, but then turned out to be very important. Maybe I didn't realize that I was really missing something quite vital. So it's been a real special experience for me. What are the most powerful parts of the Catholic faith? Well, I think I just mentioned a few really important ones, but I would say some other really important or powerful parts of the Catholic faith that maybe might not be easy to appreciate are, I would say, the universality. The Catholic Church is across the world. It spans many different cultures. It spans many different ethnicities, nationalities, races. But everyone has a common purpose, and that's something that's quite powerful. To know that you're united in faith with people from all kinds of walks of life and across history too. I mean, it's not just geographically universal. It's been going on for 2,000 years. So that's really impressive too, to just be connected and plugged into something, an organization that's so old and so widespread, and to be united with others in such a profound way. It's been really, that's very powerful actually. The other thing that may not be appreciated is, or maybe some might consider negative, is sort of the hierarchical structure of the church. I mean, that's quite familiar from an Orthodox standpoint. We have bishops and deacons and, archbishops, pretty much the same. The only thing missing is the Pope. The Greek Orthodox has a patriarch, but he has nowhere near, whatever. I'm not going to get into the minutiae of this stuff, but there's no equivalent to the Pope. So having this incredible power structure with, a pyramid with somebody at the top, and then everything is so organized, I think is actually quite good. You have this sort of powerful way of uniting everyone. Does that make sense? The fact that on Sunday, every Catholic church is going over the same scriptural readings, the same sort of ideas. That's pretty impressive. The other thing that goes along with that hierarchy is that everything's been sort of formalized, which is, in my mind, kind of nice. If you're a kind of a free thinker type, there's a lot of ways you can drive yourself nuts by agonizing over all kinds of, let's say, faith questions. And the fact that the Catholic Church, I mean, there's literally a book that tells you everything you need to know about the Catholic Church. That's very impressive. And it's just kind of, not that you should turn your mind off and just blindly, whatever, follow what you're told, of course. But the fact that you can stop like the internal debate and when there's no right answer, well, there is a right answer, at least according to this organization, which is pretty powerful. Sorry if I'm laughing. It's not because I find it whatever trivial or anything. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of having fun with going to church as well. Maybe that's not a bad thing. I'm having a lot of fun coming back to church, and the Catholic Church is fun, believe it or not. Just to compare, I've never found any memes, Orthodox memes on the internet, but there are many Catholic memes. So that's kind of another kind of neat part of being Catholic that I've enjoyed quite a bit. I don't know. Let's see what else. I don't know. I mean, those are big ones in terms of the powerful parts of the Catholic faith. Biggest struggles. I can't say that there's any unique struggles to coming to a Catholic church. I haven't noted any. Like I said, everything is pretty familiar. Coming from an Orthodox background, fundamentally things are the same. I mean, the biggest struggles are the struggles I think every person of faith has. Let's say. So there's nothing uniquely difficult about being Catholic, let's say, other than being like a Christian in general, let's say. So I don't know. I don't want to ramble on too much, but how to summarize things? Catholic Church is fun. I like it. It's familiar but different, and I'm having a great time, and I'm really glad to be coming back to church. So thanks for listening, and I hope this was interesting to somebody. Take care. Thank you.